Now let me talk about the connection between women and the special feminine energy connected to the earth, and the connection of our emotional skills and emotional awareness in general. Of course, there's a lot of women who have been trying to be like men, of course. The connection between this energy, this feminine energy, and this feminine skills, these special feminine skills that we have still haven't we still haven't used fully, and the planet. So why the feminine energy could be very good for the planet, and it could be very good for mankind. Okay. So, if we look inside, if we are used to be in touch, in profound connection to our emotions, yeah, in profound connection to our needs, because emotions are connected to our needs. Each of our emotions is a sort of sign that there is a need that needs to be met. Therefore, we are connected to our emotions and needs. And if we are connected to our emotions and needs, or if we work on the connection, I mean, women have more skills for this connection, but of course it doesn't mean that everybody is doing this. You know? We are also sick, as this society is sick for power and money. But if we do this work on ourselves in order to be in connection to our emotions and our needs, then we will be more aware of other people's needs. We will be more aware of the planet's needs. We will be more aware of, so if we know that we are, so the thing is that the power and money are false needs. Of course, power and money makes us feel good. Yeah, when we have some power, we feel powerful, and when we have money, we can buy things, and we feel that we can do more things. Of course, money doesn't provide happiness, but it helps, they say. But the thing is that if we are in touch with our profound needs, and in my next video I will talk about what are these needs, because Marshall Rosenberg of the Nonviolent Communication, he prepared these lists of emotions and needs and worked on the connection between emotions and needs. So if we know these profound needs, we're going to work for the satisfaction of those needs. So we're not going to be too attracted to power and money. And if we're not so attracted to power and money, we're not going to be going into war. We're going to understand the other's needs. If we get into a conflict, we would be more able to talk to the person and understand their needs, and therefore try to find a solution in which both needs are being met. This is how Marshall Rosenberg was working when he was mediating conflict. And therefore, with this awareness of our emotions and needs and our vulnerability, we can certainly avoid conflict, avoid war. We have more possibilities of avoiding war. Of course, it's not easy and it takes two parts, yeah? But if we all do this kind of work in order to be more aware of our emotions and needs, we will be more aware of the emotions and needs of the other, and we will be more willing to, because we do need peace. We don't need war. We need peace in order to fulfill our other needs. And therefore, we will be wanting peace and more available to solve the conflict. Okay? So that's the first thing. And in my next video, I will talk about something else. But there was another thing. I mean, I'm improvising, totally improvising now. So in fact, what I am proposing a methodology using art that is an uncertain process, a process which is uncertain, you don't know the outcome. I'm proposing using art to dig into our emotions and needs, yeah, and to express them and share them, to show our vulnerability to other people, publish it, and therefore we're not afraid of what the other will think. Of course, we will be also afraid, but we overcome the fear. We overcome the fear by sharing this vulnerability, but also sharing the strengths, because in the images, there is both vulnerability and strength, both. Now, let me just let me just talk about mafia. Okay. The values of mafia, and mafia is not only the Italian mafia or other mafias. Mafia is also a philosophy of power and money, but especially of power. The philosophy of power, that power is the only thing that matters, and human lives don't really matter so much, yeah? But power is the only thing that matters. So this is the mafia philosophy. But the mafia philosophy is also the silence. Don't speak out. Huh? A lot of things are not being said because of power. Yeah? Mafia is a masculine and a patriarchal. It's a patriarch. It's a patriarchal energy, yeah, and a patriarchal philosophy of power and money. The silence is really important, and the avoidance of showing your vulnerability because of your fear of being killed or of being stepped upon. Yeah. So in order to maintain your power, you have to be silent, not speak out, and you have to avoid showing your vulnerability. Yeah. Well, I think that we should be doing exactly the opposite. And what I do is exactly the opposite of what mafia does and of mafia philosophy. And why? Because first of all, we are speaking out. We're showing our vulnerability and we're speaking out. We're saying everything. We are transparent. Okay? We are transparent and we publish this, and we're not afraid. I mean, even if we are afraid, we overcome the fear, because in fact courage is nothing else but the overcoming of the process of overcoming the fear. So the fear is always there. It's not like you're not afraid, but you are afraid, but you overcome the fear, and that is the courage. Anyway, so we have the courage to overcome that fear, because we know that sharing that vulnerability, we're going to unite. We're going to unite with the other and with many others. And because we're going to show, if we're going to show these feelings that nobody wants to show because they're afraid of judgment, you know, but when these people who are not showing their feelings see my videos, they're going to and they do thank me because I've expressed emotions that they didn't want to express. And therefore, yes, so we are doing exactly the opposite. And the other day I read an article by Roberto Saviano, who is this man who has written a fantastic book about mafia and saying names and everything. Actually, he's always hidden because, of course, mafia wants to kill him because he has spoken out. Yeah. I was reading an article in the Repubblica newspaper, in Italian newspaper, and he was saying that thanks to coronavirus, mafia will be very, very powerful, because now there is the silence, because they know how to move across borders, and because they know very well what people need. So mafia is going to flourish. And therefore, my call and my claim now, my call to all women, especially women, but also men who hear this and connect with this, is that we have to do exactly the opposite of what mafia does in order to make this world a better place and not completely governed by mafia. Yeah? So speaking out, showing our vulnerability, showing our emotions, and not being always happy and good, and showing our vulnerability and all our emotions. Thank you.